Alright guys, let's do another one here. I was going to just do these and show you later. But these are the cuttings that I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to show you how I do them in abundance. They've been sitting here for over 24 hours. It's the only thing that matters to me. And I'm going to go ahead and use the 8. That way we can get a hopefully better with these olive trees. They're a little harder than like figs and stuff. And, I like to give them a little better chance, you know. Some of these. Oh, there's one out behind them. I mean, I could try to do all these little tiny ones too, but I ain't messing with them. I really do need to. Oh, there we go. Now, normally I'd say take off all the leaves when I'm doing this as well, but that is not what you do when you're doing olives. Now, I'm going to see if we can make a couple of them out of this. Now, like that was a branch, so it didn't get any water. This was a branch, didn't get any water. So I'm gonna snip, snip. It did, but it didn't. I mean, the stalk of that plant was in the water, so I'm not sweating it. Just want to take off a few of these lower branches. You don't want it to be too tall. And the main reason I don't want it to be too tall is because it's so much harder for an olive tree to root than it is for a lot of other trees and things. But if you pull all the leaves off branches, I found that on an olive tree, I haven't had one yet grow after doing that. So now you'd think it'd be the same as big trees and stuff, but it's not. Now remember, you guys have got to get me some subscribers, because I can't start giving these things away until after I hit 1,000 subscribers. That's when they'll let me start getting all your messages and trade emails and addresses and stuff, and I can start shipping some out. Now, I'm going to also have people that are either good at what they're doing here, same thing I'm doing, or they're just wanting to learn. So they're not going to want a rooted cutting. They're going to want some cuttings. And when I do cuttings from olive trees, they won't be stored cuttings. Otherwise, I won't be cutting them ahead of time, storing them in the fridge. No. I feel that olive trees are something that you buy cuttings, it's really difficult to get them to grow because of I don't know. I don't know if it's just because they've been out of the water too long or what, but I found that they're extremely hard. Now, what I do is I take a bunch of this bundle them like this. And most of these I cut the other day, so give them some fresh cuts too. And I do them, 3 or 4 at a time. Get them in there. And this mix that I have here is 50-50. I do not have any compost or anything in it like that. It is 50% peat moss and 50% perlite. And I'm going to be covering the top of this with some cellophane. Just your kitchen old cellophane is what I use. I don't always use that. I use plastic. I use clear bags sometimes. It just depends on what the hell I have, honestly. And some of these will have to be trimmed. Getting in here because it's a little tall. But I was supposed to count these, and I guess I forgot to do that. But I think between the olive trees, I got a couple more I'm going to be doing some trimming on, and so I'll have a bunch more cuttings to do on those. I'll be giving away all this stuff, but I don't care if I got 150 cuttings here. That doesn't mean they're all going to survive. I don't know how many there. They're not no 150. They're not even 50 probably. I'm saying maybe 30. Yes, I shook it off. It ain't gonna hurt it. Keep it whining about shit like that. Now, the one thing I don't do is, and you won't see me doing for you guys is, I mean, if it's in a bag, I'll show you pictures through the bag, but I'm not gonna uproot my plant, wash the roots off, just so you can see the roots, because I guarantee you 99 times out of 100 most of those plants will not survive. Even if they're a fig that's pretty hardy and stuff like that, it's really hard on them to be able to do that, turn around and survive. Alright guys, inch up, there's a hole all the way around. There's 4 holes, inch up. I want a water trough down here. I don't mind if this dries out a little bit up here, keep the bugs out, but I want this not to fill up any more than that. Alright, for right now, I'm just gonna go right here on the floor and get here. No, it's over here. Okay, kitchen cellophane. Used for more than just the kitchen shit. You ever try to do this with your air on in your house? Be like, trying to Okay. Yeah, it's not too smart. I better keep what I was going to say to myself. I don't want to upset the ladies. You guys, I really don't give a rat's ass. But the ladies, yeah, you don't want to upset them. Unless you don't like sleeping. Comfortably, anyway. You never know what's going to happen when you're asleep. I remember my ex-wife used to tell me, you ever cheat on me, you'll never know it's coming. I'll wait until you're sound asleep, roll you up in your sheet, and beat you with the frying pan. That right there told me I ain't gonna cheat on that woman. She's fucking crazy. Because the look on her face was dead serious. And I'm glad I thought about wiping this off before I thought about sitting on it. Where's mine there? Get a real paper towel. Yeah, part of a real paper towel. Alright guys, I'll sit down here a minute and talk to you since I'm pretty much standing out of camera. Hope you guys like what I just did, showed you. And, you know, like I said, subscribe to the channel. And as soon as we hit 1,000, you guys are numbered with when you prescribe to the channel. And I'm going to start giving away cuttings according to that on the mulberry. Those will be straight up cuttings. And then if they want cuttings of the figs and the olives, the rose bushes, the grapes, the apple tree, the whatever else I have, I got a bunch of different things. They want cuttings of that, they can switch for those, and that's straight cuttings. The plants like the little fig we did earlier, this will be done on like a contest, and so will the dormant rooted cuttings, because that's what I prefer to give out, is dormant rooted cuttings when it comes to figs and mulberries, actually, unless I'm giving it to you like this, as a plant growing alive in dirt. I've had people send me live plants that they've uprooted in the summertime and sent them through the mail, and within a day they have no leaves. They're drooped, they're dropped, they're shriveled up, they're dead. And I've got one out there that I had shipped like that, and it's been in the ground now for a couple of months, and I keep tugging on it to see if it's still alive and see if it's it's holding, and it's still holding. It hasn't rotted the roots off, so I'm giving it a chance. Hopefully it'll survive. That's what happens when you buy on eBay. You're kind of taking that chance. But alright guys, like I said, subscribe to the channel, give us some ideas, give us some likes. Thank you, and we'll see you later.